This is Think Beyond, going beyond the headlines and into the evidence.
Chairperson, with respect, allow me to raise this one. I'm not being critical, but I'm just putting it with respect, Chair. When the Chair says, I don't know who gave an instruction, when they said General Mkhwanazi rejected the docket because he felt that this docket, he didn't know how they left the province, and the Chair said, I can put myself in General Mkhwanazi's shoes. I can put myself in General Mkhwanazi's shoes because this docket were taken, I was not told, I didn't know how. I still believe, Chair, that two wrongs doesn't make a right. The fact that these dockets come from that province and now they say they are coming back, you can't say I don't want them. Now, then Commissioner Khumalo says, all of you must accept that you failed the people of South Africa and you must apologize. I am the very first one to stand up. Immediately after, when this thing exploded to the media, I realized that we are now embarrassing ourselves, we are embarrassing the police, we are putting the police into disrepute, we are embarrassing government. And then I said to the people of South Africa, I really apologize that we have to go through this, and we as the management of the police, we have to do this to the people of South Africa. I'm the first one to say I apologize. I was even mocked. They created the body of a dead person who says, I apologize. But I apologize because to me, it's an embarrassment. Commissioner, I come back 37 years old, 37 years doing this job. Now, to me, I felt embarrassed, and I grew up the rank. Like all of them, there's no a single detective, especially in the DPCI, who can say to you, all of them have worked under me, all of them. In the whole country, as we speak. Now, I'm just saying, it's not like I'm talking from somewhere who doesn't know what he's doing. I apologize, I felt bad. I have the qualifications for the position that I'm in. Even the one of the hawks that was advertised, they put the qualifications, I applied because I have the qualifications. So I'm just saying, Commissioner, I apologized, but I wanted to address this fact that says, the fact that General Mkhwanazi rejected those dockets on its own shouldn't have been allowed. The National Commissioner was supposed to say, General, we have the dockets here. We already agreed to the minister that this docket must go there, and now we cannot say no when the docket must come because we already agreed to the minister in terms of the action plan. But the National Commissioner didn't do that. Instead, what he did, he said, let General Sibiya then apply his mind and maybe make sure that this docket receive attention. That's when we had to then apply, because of the fact that we can't send people from Gauteng to KZN to the place they don't know. And they need to be backed up, to be supported. They need to sleep at the hotel. And some of them, they will start now studying the docket, then going to meet people. Now, it's a process. And that was caused by what? By the fact that General Mkhwanazi said, no, I don't want this docket in my province. That's the cause of the delay of everything. But I don't say I'm distancing myself from the confusion. Commissioners, I'm not saying I didn't participate. You see, when you look at all the provincial commissioners, no one you will see on social media. No one is being spoken about on social media. They don't have followers because you are not allowed to be on social media as policemen. But you've got this one provincial commissioner who's on social media every day. Now, you've got political parties fighting to have him. He's supported by MK. Then you also have, I spoke to one MMC who was asking me what is going on. Allow me not to mention the name, Chair. He was asking me what is going on in this thing. We want to understand this thing. And I said, I explained, and I said, you know what, hey, the problem is that even though we see what is happening, the problem is that in case that then when you get heard speaking against Mkhwanazi, General Mkhwanazi, then you see people beginning to have some cliques and distancing themselves from the party. Now, we've got now this person who's got social media following, a lot of them. I'm told that there are many thousand accounts on social media. Now, you've got...
Does General Mkhwanazi have his own accounts, social media accounts, or does he have a presence on social media through posts by other people?
Commissioner,
because if it's the latter, you cannot expect him to have control over that.
Commissioner, I must say, directly or indirectly, there's no way he's not involved. For simple reasons.
No, can you answer, does he have his own social media accounts? Yes or no?
I don't know about that, Commissioner.
So I'm not sure that it's fair then to make the point that you appear to be trying to make. Because he has no control over what other people post about him.
May I respond, Commissioner?
Yes, please.
Commissioner, I'm responding to you, not in argument, but I want to ask the Commissioner to please bear with me. Let me put my point, and I do know, Commissioner, that I'm putting it with respect. And where the Commissioner says to me, but I don't agree with you, I will then keep quiet. Commissioner, if this is the case that he does not have control over what people say about him.
I don't know. I'm just asking. Yeah.
Yes, I'm responding to Commissioner.
Yes.
It cannot be that it is only about General Mkhwanazi, not any other provincial commissioners, because many commissioners, if you ask them who's the provincial commissioner of Northern Cape, people won't know. But what I want to say is that all the pictures, all the photos, whether it's camouflage, whether in everything that is happening on a daily basis about General Mkhwanazi is on social media. And then when you say something here, when I sit here and say something, whether it was on radio or on TV or an interview, whatever, the many attacks that I get, it's a lot coming from the same direction. And then the excuse that says, I'm not on social media and I'm not the one and I'm not responsible, I don't agree with that notion. But I can leave it there, Commissioner. This is where I will leave it. But what I want to say is that social media has been...
Sorry, just before you go on, I just want to clarify this, because what you're saying, but you're speculating that there's something more to it. That the social media, posts, the numerous posts on social media that are in favor of General Mkhwanazi and against you is orchestrated somehow. But you are speculating.
No, I'm not speculating.
You have evidence.
Well, let's take yesterday. What happened yesterday? There was a Mr. Mutibedi who was talking about the involvement of the PKTT that harassed him, that planned to kill him, that searched him with a fraudulent search warrant. This whole thing is now all over social media. His explanation, everything about him gets immediate attention.
Do you want to go there? Because I saw that in the news, and my understanding is that there's either litigation or threatened litigation that relates to that. Do you want to go there?
I will stop, Commissioner.
Perhaps to go back to Ms. Hassim's question. As I understand it, what she's asking is, you've said that that all these favorable social media activity in favor of General Mkhwanazi, there's something going on there. And Ms. Hassim was really asking you, do you have facts or evidence in support of what you're saying, or you're speculating that General Mkhwanazi may have something to do with it? And I haven't heard you answer that direct question.
It's just that, Chair, I know I'm not speculating. It is the case. But the simple question is, do you have the account name? Do you have the account number? Do you know this? I won't have it. I don't have it. But why I'm saying that, I have been given names to say, this person who's responsible for General Mkhwanazi's social media are the following, or is this one. I have that name, but up until I also have evidence or proof, I cannot sit here and say, here is this name, but I do have it.
I think the point lies in the last thing that you say, that you don't yet, at least, I'm happy to put in the word yet, you don't yet have proof of what you have been told by somebody, that there is this person who's in charge of that account. You don't have proof, and I think you've just said that right at the end.
I was promoted to become a Major General in 2010. General Mkhwanazi was promoted to become a Major General in 2011. 4 months into his new appointment, he was appointed to be the acting National Commissioner of the Police. And there were concerns raised by the Lieutenant Generals and the Deputy National Generals and say, this is our subordinate. We can't stand up when he walks in, and he just got promoted now. Overnight, he was promoted to become a Deputy Lieutenant General. Overnight. So that he can continue to act as the National Commissioner, of which was removed within, I think, 7 months into that position. Because what I want to say is that,
Does his testimony not say that he opted out? Am I mistaken?
I choose to disagree, Chair.
All right, let's.
Yes, I choose to disagree on that one.
All right, thank you.
Yes, but be that as it may, Chair, he's querying the fact that I was appointed a general from 2010, and I was reinstated as if I never left, to 2022, which makes it something like 13 years, a Major General. But where I was a head of department still. I progressed. I was working very hard wherever I've been. Now, for him to say I was not supposed to have been promoted, it's as if I could say, look who is talking. Because I was promoted in 2010, was promoted in 2011. But the fact that he was promoted into acting as a national commissioner due to political reasons or political intervention, because it is a presidential prerogative as to who he appoints, maybe, but the person must be competent and suitable. They appointed General Mkhwanazi. And the procedure in the police that you must at least stay 2 years in a rank before you can be promoted to the next rank. Now, in 2011, we became a Major General. But within 2011, we became an acting national commissioner. And as the other seniors objected, within a night, overnight, he became a lieutenant general. That made him now to be able to continue acting as the national commissioner.
And which year is this? The promotion is in 2011?
2011.
Still 2011?
Still 2011. That's the period, National Forum, through which all provinces to coordinate and reported on organized crime project during this period. The number of active organized crime projects increased from 24 to 74, accompanied by a marked improvement in overall organizational performance within the organized crime environment. The interval between my reinstatement and subsequent promotion to Deputy National Commissioner therefore reflects a period of demonstrable service and performance at a senior level, rather than any lack of suitability for appointment. It is telling that despite a demonstrable record of performance and institutional confidence, the criticism persists and is directed at peripheral considerations rather than merit.
Now, General, correct me if I'm wrong, it looks like from paragraph 139 to paragraph 151, it looks like you have already dealt with the content of those paragraphs. Do you want to just run your eyes through them and see if you agree? Of course, the heading, let's place the heading on record, my time at City of Johannesburg.
May I ask for the judge guidance in this regard? Why I'm saying this, Judge, the chairperson's guidance. To me, the City of Joburg is really a non-issue, and it's in fact a disturbance. Why I'm saying this? I found myself facing disciplinary hearing, facing criminal investigation, facing ad hoc commission, facing the Madlalnga Commission. All of these people, every day, I'm going to that lawyer to meet this one for labor, I'm going to that one to meet this one for this one. Every day someone is talking about you, you've got to listen to this one. This one was talking about you, you've got to listen to you. I call the lawyer and say, please listen to so-and-so talking to me. They say, we can't sit and listen, we've got to wait for the commission to send us the statement. Now, this side issue of the City of Joburg, it's matters that were investigated, re-investigated, double investigated again by other role players, public protectors, City of the Hawks, Lord, with the same person complaining, refusing to accept the results. Now, to me, I'm sitting here wasting my time on having to respond to the issues of City of Joburg, where they were ventilated and they were investigated properly. Even the Hawks investigated and the DPP declined to prosecute. The public protector cleared me. There's been many legal. So I just want to say, if the chairperson is saying, look, we are comfortable, I will walk through and leave it. But this is a thing that I was prepared to address once and for all, because there's no grabber, there's no spying equipment. These are the allegations. There's no corruption that I was ever involved in the City of Joburg. To me, it's a complete waste of time to deal with the City of Joburg at this point in time.
Ms. Killian, do you wish to comment on this?
I think what we've heard up to now, Chair, covers most of the topics that were ventilated by other witnesses, and I think we can move on to paragraph 158.
Or not even 152 to 158. 150, oh, sorry, 155.
Can I come in, Chair?
Yes.
I think it's paragraph 155.
Just a minute. 150, 155.
Thank you.
Thank you. 155, General.
Thank you, Chair. When I was asking, Chair, whether I can come in, if there's going to be any question that comes from the City of Joburg in relation to the City of Joburg, then it compels me to go through my statement. But if the chairperson says we have dealt with it and we are happy, then I can say let's go. But if at some point I'm going to be expected to respond to the city of Joburg, like I'm saying, to me, really, the city of Joburg is just one of those distraction that I'm facing. It's being pushed to just distract me and keep me more busy than what I'm facing now.
No, the point is more this, General. Because sometimes you go ahead of the part of the narrative where you are. So you end up dealing with parts of your statement that come later. You end up dealing with those earlier. So it's on that basis that we say we think you have dealt with the parts that we referred to. That cannot mean that you will not be questioned on those parts. If there's a need for you to be questioned on those parts, you will. And I don't think you will be prejudiced because you know the story. You know about Joburg, and you say you've been engaged about it by so many persons and entities. So you know about it. It's not as if you'll be taken by surprise if you are questioned on it. Am I making sense?
You do, Chair, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm ready to proceed.
Thank you. 155, then start with the heading.
Maybe before you do that, General, let me just clarify something so that there's no confusion, at least in my head. When you spoke earlier, and I'm asking just to clarify, not because I think there's any significance to it, it comes from what you said. You were speaking about General Mkhwanazi's comments about your promotion after you returned, and then you said something about, I think you said policy is that you get promoted, there's no, within 2 years or something. Can you just explain that?
If you were promoted now and you were made to be let's say a brigadier, you've got to stay at least 2 years in that rank before you can start applying for another position or be promoted to the next level.
Okay.
But 2 years is where you need to push for that. In other words, if I was promoted as a Major General in 2010, within 2011, and all of a sudden I'm again promoted, it's considered to be an irregular appointment.
Okay.
And that is why you had one of the witnesses testifying in the ad hoc commission about the possible appointment, I think General Kumalo, if I'm not sure, but I don't want to get into that space because it's not my testimony.
Yes, and you say General Mkhwanazi was promoted outside of that policy, or contrary to that policy?
Yes, because he was promoted in 2011.
Yeah.
And then within that year, he was promoted to become the acting national commissioner.
Okay.
And then within a day, I think a day or two, was then promoted to become a lieutenant general.
Okay. The reason I ask, and you can say if it is a typo, and I'm really trying to see if it's a hard and fast rule that was complied with all the time. In your statement, you explain that you returned to the SEPS in 2022 July in the role of in the position of, or rank rather, of Major General. And then in the next paragraph, you say in July 2023, which is a year later, you were then promoted to Lieutenant General. That seems to suggest that rule was not consistently...
Think beyond. Beyond limits, beyond ordinary. Stay informed.